himself at the rim.
And then Hibbert got a foul on the other end, so 7 straight empty trips for the Pacers. Shumpert off target, but there's Anthony. And that hit underneath.
The one game the Knicks have won in here, they had a 25-point lead on Milwaukee at half and almost coughed the game up.
That was a bad pass there by Kenyon Martin, the second Knick turnover.
Here, moving the ball, wide open 3.
George still looking for his first point. Falling away, count it, and the foul.
York, his rise has been in the NBA. Drafted as a defender, coming out of college. Larry Bird saw something in him that he really loved. This young guy has worked so hard on his game this summer, playing himself through fatigue. Every time he got tired, he just thought of the Game 7 in Miami, that game that they weren't able to win. And he just willed himself all summer long, and you see where it's paid off for him.
Here's George from the corner. Puts it on the floor and hits. He scored 5 in a row, and Indiana is within 1. West with the jumper, and he's pretty good from there.
Yeah, that's his game. Charlotte got that team playing very organized, very, very good defense.
George drew the contact and scores.
That's a beautiful play. If you watched it.
There's world peace. He'll take the 3. And George with the clear. And down the floor is West for the easy 2.
Where's your floor balance?
Paul George trying to keep the Pacers.
One of the things he talked to Larry Bird in the offseason, work on your mid-range game. Drive, 2, dribble, pull up, jump shot. Knock it down over Prigioni. Here you are once again. 2 dribble, pull up, pump fake. Knock the jump shot down. And again, the little fading jump shot to create the space. 3.
Brian on an interim basis back in January of 2011. George falling away, able to hit over Bargnani. Stuff to play 5 minutes and expect to be great in 5 minutes as the tap goes to Shumpert. He drives the floor. Paul George with a great rejection. But
these are things you wonder why he was second in Defensive Player of the Year last year. He's second this year. It looks like that.
Really become a good player. In his 6th year, he was an All-Star in 2012. Here's George for 3. It's good for Paul George, shooting 37%. 3 per game. He's got a pair of 30-point games this year and has had 20 or more in every game but 1. Paul George defended by Shumpert. Now out to Hill, and Hill drains a 3.
I should have said something. Out of timeouts, they love.
Trust our defense. Trust what we do. And a bad play there. Shumpert and Martin not on the same page. And George, Denver in game 2. ESPN doubleheader Friday, Memphis, San Antonio, Warriors, Lakers.
The York team put this game away. They played well enough to win.
Bad pass by Prigioni, and then George with the jam. A horrible Knick turnover, and Prigioni and J.R. Smith arguing with one another. Side of the rim, he's 8 of 22 from the field, and the Knicks lose Paul George down the floor.
Wow.
And a beautiful spin shot. He thought he was fouled. Rebound.
I've always liked his game. I think he's a very underrated player. I like Prigioni's game defensively.
George, high arcer, falls over the 7-footer Bargnani. Martin with the lob, and broken up by George. George driving past his man. Beautiful hang and score by Paul George, and it's a 4-point Pacer lead. So it's Indiana ball. George trying to go baseline on Shumpert. Hill up top. Another 3 for George Hill. Pacers by 1.
How about you go to the line to miss 2 and not selection.
And a steal by George in tonight.
Well, this young man, we're starting to talk about him as an MVP candidate, but he does it in so many different ways. You see him fighting Carmelo Anthony in the post. He gets out on the break and blocks the shot from behind to save his team 2 points. Head up, throws the ball ahead, gets the easy score for David West. Step back, knock down the 3-point shot. And here's the steal, the drive, and the finish. Leaking out on the break. A tough shot over Carmelo Anthony. Look at his numbers, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, also 5 steals, 2 blocked shots. Fatigue. Been a very physical game.
We talked too about the importance of learning how to win. Pacers 4 of 8 from 3 this quarter. Here's West. Now George. George will take the 3. Way off the mark, but a foul. They call a foul on Shumpert. He got the arm, and George will shoot 3 free throws.
Is this reminiscent of Miami? in the playoffs last year, getting fouled, going to the line, having to shoot 3 free throws, but they got him on the elbow. There's no question. When you miss a shot that far, what did I say? The
throws tonight, 4 of 7. He's an 86% foul shooter on the year, and he gets the first one. 4 points on the night, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a handful of steals. George looking to tie it up at the foul line. And he hits it, 89 apiece. Pretty important rejection. They work it around to an open George, lets it fly.
Guess who? We'll get back to Hibbert. I've never seen Carmelo work harder than what I've seen him work here early in this year and tonight.
Here's George off balance, and George with 31 points.
Well, he's got to come in the NBA on him, and then Paul George, a little dribble to sort of split that high screen roll, a little pull-up jump shot, and get there and deflect your shot.
And Bargnani has fouled out of the game.
And J.R. Smith, because you lose a shooter.
Hibbert still on the floor for Indiana. That's a loose ball foul on the Knicks. It's just a dumb play by Kenyon Martin, shoving Roy Hibbert to the deck. You can't do that with a minute and a half left in a game. You're down 5.
You got put together. It can be a volatile crew when you start thinking of Kenyon Martin and J.R. Smith and, Metta World Peace and some of the guys. This is a team that...
Hibbert with the ball screen. Here's George falling away. Hits another off-balance shot. That's 35 points for Paul George.
He got that swagger, too. He knows he's good. That's a big part of being great is you got to know it.
Send it to overtime. Dominate the extra session against a tired Knicks team. And the Pacers, an NBA best 10-1, beating the Knicks in overtime, 103-96. For Doug Collins, I'm Dave Pash. So long from Madison Square Garden. Now to Dallas and Mark Jones and Hubie Brown.